Listen carefully. What I'm about to tell you is not meant to comfort you. It's meant to awaken you. Because every day you walk through a world governed by forces you pretend not to see. People speak of morality, kindness, fairness, justice, beautiful words, soft words, but beneath those words lies a landscape carved by power, shaped by fear, and controlled by those who understand human nature at its darkest angles. You think people are predictable because you believe their words, but the truth is found in their motives, in their insecurities, in the shadows behind their actions. Human beings are not driven by logic. They're driven by desire, fear, and the need to feel significant. And whoever understands these drivers controls the game. 1. The first law of power: never be fully seen. Visibility feels good. Attention feels intoxicating. But the more the world sees you, the more it studies you. And the more it studies you, the easier it becomes for them to find the angles that break you. People think power comes from being the loudest voice, the brightest light, the center of the stage. No, real power comes from being the presence that shapes the room without needing the spotlight. The general who commands the army is respected, but the shadow who whispers into the general's ear commands the world. Never let the world know your full depth. Hide your intentions, your fears, your dreams, your wounds. Keep your heart in a locked chamber, your motives behind a veil, because the moment someone can predict you, they can control you. 2. The securest strategy: be unreadable. Watch people long enough and they reveal themselves. They show their patterns, how they react, how they defend, how they break. And once you understand someone's patterns, you own them. This is why your greatest protection is unpredictability. Speak less, reveal less, react slowly. Let silence do the talking. People fear what they cannot map. They respect what they cannot understand, and they avoid attacking what they cannot predict. Be an enigma, not an open book. A closed mind is not weakness, it is armor. 3. Understand people better than they understand themselves. Every person you meet walks around with invisible scripts in their head. Old wounds, old fears, insecurities they try to bury under confidence or charm. Your job is not to judge them. Your job is to understand what drives them. Does this person crave validation? Give them silence. Watch them crumble. Does this person need control? Give them choices that lead to your goal. Does this person fear abandonment? Withdraw your attention. Watch how quickly they bend. Does this person pride themselves on intelligence? Ask questions, let them teach. Then steer their decisions without them noticing. People are simple once you learn their operating systems. The tragedy is that most never learn their own. 4. Control your emotional footprint. Emotions are expensive. Every reaction you give is currency. Every vulnerability you show is leverage, and every outburst becomes a weapon in someone else's hand. If you want to walk through this world without being manipulated, you must master one thing: emotional containment. Feel everything internally. Reveal nothing externally. Your calm should confuse people. Your silence should unsettle them. Your stillness should be impossible to decode, because when you stop reacting, the world loses its ability to control you. 5. Power belongs to the one who can wait. Most people destroy themselves because they cannot endure discomfort. They rush, they panic, they react too quickly, trying to soothe the feeling of losing control. Patience is not a virtue, it is a weapon. The person who can wait always wins against the one who cannot. Wait long enough, and your enemies expose themselves. Wait long enough, and people reveal their true character. Wait long enough, and every opportunity comes to you uncluttered and ripe. A slow mind sees more. A slow voice carries more weight. A slow decision shapes destiny rather than reacting to it. Power is not speed. Power is timing. 6. Everything is negotiation, even silence. Every interaction you have is a negotiation of dominance, value, or influence. People test you constantly, even unintentionally. They watch how quickly you respond, how eagerly you explain yourself, how easily you say yes, how fast you give in to pressure. Sometimes the strongest answer is silence. Sometimes the strongest move is no move at all. Silence forces people to sit with their own insecurities. It makes them wonder, guess, scramble, correct themselves. Your silence becomes their anxiety. Their anxiety becomes your leverage. 7. Be ordinary on the surface. extraordinary in the shadows. Let them underestimate you. Let them think you are harmless, simple, predictable. This is one of the greatest advantages you can possess. People reveal more around those they don't fear. They share secrets. They expose plans. They speak freely. Meanwhile, you listen, you gather, you analyze, you prepare. Then, when you finally make your move, it's too late for them to stop you. Underestimation is not an insult. It is a weapon. 8. Never reveal your real target. A hunter never tells the forest which animal he's after. A strategist never announces his move before it's played. And a powerful mind never reveals what it truly wants. Because the moment people know your goal, they begin blocking it, even if unintentionally. Let the world think you chase something small. Let them think you are distracted. Let them assume they understand you. Meanwhile, your true ambition grows in silence. Your real strategy advances quietly. Your steps are taken in shadows, not in sunlight. A revealed strategy is a vulnerable strategy. A hidden strategy is invincible. 9. Respect, ice, built on two things, mystery and discipline. People don't respect what they fully understand. They respect what feels larger, deeper, harder to define. Mystery keeps people alert. Discipline keeps them distant. The disciplined man becomes intimidating, not because he tries to be, but because his self-control reveals how little control others have over themselves. You don't command respect by demanding it. You command it by embodying qualities others cannot imitate. Be calm, be precise, be intentional, be composed. People fear the person who needs nothing. People respect the person who bends for nothing. 10. If you must strike, strike decisively. Not often, not emotionally, not loudly. Machiavellian minds don't seek conflict, but when forced into it, they end it completely. Why? Because half measures create more enemies than victories. A clean, decisive strike eliminates problems at the root. Retaliate rarely, but when you do, ensure there is no second round. 11. Never let others see what you value most. Weakness is not pain. Weakness is attachment. Whatever they know you cannot lose becomes the lever used to bend you. Move your treasures out of sight. Protect your soft spots with iron silence. Never shout your dreams. Never advertise your priorities. Never place your heart in someone else's hands. What people cannot see, they cannot use. 12. Learn the shadow language of human behavior. Watch how people pause before lying. Watch how they avoid eye contact when they seek approval. Watch how they change tone when they want something. Watch their micro-expressions, subtle flashes of truth before their mask resets. The world communicates more in silence than in speech. If you learn that language, you decode the world. 13. Power ice lost in reactivity, gained in strategy. The reactive person is a slave to the moment. They are pulled by impulse, emotion, ego, fear. But the strategic person, they choose when to respond. They choose what to reveal. They choose how to appear. They choose their battlefield. Never fight where your enemy wants you. Never argue on someone else's terms. Never explain yourself to someone who only seeks ammunition. Strategy is not complex. It is simply choosing intention over impulse. 14. Become the one who can walk away. Dependence is the root of all manipulation. The person who cannot walk away is owned by the person who can. Whether in relationships, business, or friendship, never attach yourself to anything so deeply that it becomes your prison. When you can walk away, people treat you differently. They measure their words, they respect your boundaries, they fear losing your presence. Freedom is the highest currency of power. 15. Control everything, appear to control nothing. Here lies the final law. The most powerful minds influence outcomes without appearing involved. They guide decisions without giving orders. They shape perceptions without revealing their own. They move people without touching them. Let others be the face. Let others take the credit. Let others stand in the spotlight. Because the spotlight is where targets form. But the shadows are where kings are truly crowned. Real power is invisible, quiet, subtle, untraceable. You don't need recognition to rule. You only need influence. And influence does not live in noise. It lives in silence. Final word. You do not control the world by dominating it. You control it by understanding it. And once you understand it, you become the one force in the room that no one can predict, resist, or defeat.